Welcome to my YouTube channel. I think that's the obligatory welcome. It has been quite some time since I filmed a YouTube video, since I uploaded a YouTube video. It's been a couple years. But if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I recently decided that I wanted to start getting my life more together and be more organized, and the very first thing I wanted to do was start a home-based binder. I know that a lot of people don't like when the person in the YouTube video is explaining it before really getting into it, and I kind of feel like I need to explain this before. I felt like the way I wanted to start my journey of like getting more organized and getting like things more together was to start a home-based binder. And this isn't like a home-based binder where you have like your cleaning schedule and all of that. This is more of a like what to do in an emergency. If something were to happen to me, I want whoever has to come in and, I don't know, take care of my cats or do something or find a special document to know exactly where to look. And because everybody stores everything in different places, but this is going to allow, like, I don't know, my parents or anybody to come in here and know where to look to find what they need. And I really feel like that's really important, because I think it's important for anybody at any age to have this, because you never know what's going to happen. Hopefully nothing ever does happen, but just in case, I've just seen so many cases where something happens to a loved one and the significant other doesn't know what to do, and it just makes things so much harder when you're already going through such a hard time. In my day job, I see this stuff a lot. It kind of is, it's part of my job, so I see all the time when, you know, something happens and the family doesn't know what to do or where to start. Sometimes it's where the wife was the one who paid all the bills, so if something happened to her, the husband really doesn't know what to do. So I thought that having a home-based binder for that would be a great just thing for anybody. I decided to house mine in a KikiK A5. This I got when I first got into planning, and I love this planner so much, so I knew like I wanted to do something with it, and I thought this would be the perfect option. I looked at a lot of different places to find what I needed, and I really wanted to buy like a bundle that kind of incorporated everything that I felt I needed. Some of the most important things for me were like the websites and how to pay bills. So for example, my mortgage is drafted out of one of my bank accounts, but it's not a bank account that I use regularly. So I have to deposit the money each month into that account because it's not my main account. I got that account because I could get a 0.25% off of my mortgage rate if I had my mortgage drafted out of that account. So who is gonna know how to do that? I do that every month. I'm the only one that does that. Who is going to know that they need to put money into that account to pay the mortgage? Well, now they will know, because it's all going to be in here. I also want to preface this by saying that these pages are completely blank. I think it's pretty obvious that this is going to have so much personal information that it's not going to be something that you can flip through and show people. But I wanted to show everyone kind of how I've got this set up, and that way it might give anybody an idea of what they would like to do. So before I fill it out, I wanted to go ahead and do a flip through and kind of talk about what I have. As I said, I looked on a bunch of different like places to find really what I wanted, and I ended up finding this shop. It's by a mom on a mission, and it was called the Just In Case binder, and I really felt like she just had everything that I could possibly need for my planner. I did get another bundle too because there were a couple things in that bundle that I really wanted to put in here as well. But overall, if you just have this one bundle, I think you've got basically everything that you need. The great thing about this bundle was that it came with like a table of contents, and if this is not how you want to put it, there's a blank one where you can add whatever you want. I mean, I really feel like it was just thought, like everything was thought of. So you can see that this is how the bundle came. It came on just a regular, like, well, I mean, it was a printable, but when you printed it, it was this size. So just a regular standard size paper for me here in the US. What I did was I printed it on 2 pages. Now, I did not do front and back, so you can see they're just one side, which for me was okay. I didn't really want it front and back because if I'm writing stuff on here, even though I'm using, I think, 32-pound paper, I did not want to see the shadow on the next page. So I mean, I feel like this is really important stuff, so I didn't want that shadow there. So I felt pretty okay just printing on one side. I'm gonna show you how thick it is, and the majority of this is just that one bundle. So it came with quite a few things. Making sure I'm back in the frame. So it's got all of these, and like I said, if this is not how you want to like organize it, you can change it up. I mean, it's totally doable. Now, I printed 2 pages on one page in my printer settings. I don't know how I did, okay? I'm not very tech savvy. I printed 2 pages on one page in my printer settings. It took me a little bit to figure it out. Like I said, I'm not very tech savvy. However, in the future, I think I would scale it down a little bit. It does not bother me. I'm trying to find a page where it'll be more noticeable. Okay, I guess you can kind of see it here. So because I printed on 2 pages, one side had a good like edge for hole punching, and then the other side didn't. Now, it doesn't cut into this, and honestly, it doesn't bother me that much, but I think in the future, if I were to do this, I might scale down the size just a tiny bit so that the pages are a little bit, you can see, a little bit more uniform, but it doesn't bother me. And I had already printed everything before I realized that. So I printed everything and then I went to cut it and I was like, darn. But like I said, it doesn't bother me. I really feel like so much was included in this bundle that you really don't need too much else, but I think in this personal info, I do have a couple inserts from a different shop, and I don't remember that shop's name. I should have written it down. So each section has a cover page, and it actually has like 3 different ones that you can choose from. And I don't have the other ones because I really liked this one, but there was one with like designs on it and just super cute, tons of options. So I feel like it just included so much. So this was the cover I decided to go with, and then this was also a cover page, and I just thought like having each individual like thing that was in here was really cool to have that in each section as well. So technically these are 2 cover pages, but you don't need both unless you want them. I wanted them. So the very first section, I guess I should have mentioned that, is the personal info, and you can see I've tabbed all of these on just like Avery tabs. I eventually would like to get dividers, but it's just not in my budget right now, so this is gonna have to do. So personal info, and some of this I'm just gonna flip through because I don't really think that, like, I have a couple of the same pages in some. The first one is the personal profile, so it's all about you and stuff like that's going to be very like informative about like your personal stuff. I guess that is obvious. But I really like that it had a lot of this stuff. So like your social security number and all of that. This is a planner that I do not intend to ever leave the house, and it's just going to be here for those emergencies. And then if you have a kid or even animals, this would work great for them. But I don't have any kids, so I thought that was great. But it does also have a pet profile. So, you know, either one works. And I just felt like it had like so much information, like even stuff that I hadn't thought of, and I wrote out a list of all the things I wanted to put in here, and I just felt like this bundle just like compiled everything that I even thought of and more. So I really liked that it just has everything that you need, and I have 3 of these in here because I have 3 cats. And then it also has a place for a photo, so I thought with each pet, I'll put a photo of them. And I might change that up and put that before. This was an insert from the other bundle that I had gotten, and I think I'm gonna go with the other one, but I really liked how like there was a spot for the photo on the same page. And then you've got their vaccination record, so I printed 3 of each of those. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all that's in the personal section. And then we have the emergency section. And I printed this on the wrong paper. I didn't realize all the 32 pound was out, but I'm not going to reprint it. It's okay. So in here we've got like emergency contacts, all of that. I thought this was really cool that like I didn't even think to put like the police department, fire department, poison control, after hours vet and stuff. I didn't even think about like putting the police department but like each police department has like their non-emergency number, and so I think that'd be pretty cool to have it all in one spot. And safe spot, which is great for like if there's a fire or something, or a tornado, you know where to go. Like the fire would be a local meeting, or outside spot, duh. I know I say a lot, I'm so sorry. So a safe spot in the home, safe neighbor, all of that. So that's pretty cool. I wouldn't have thought to put like an out of town spot. And then like your emergency plan. And when I was trying to figure out how to print, I accidentally printed a whole bunch of the same like stuff. A fire escape plan, emergency checklist. I thought that was pretty cool because you know like what to grab. And I think there's like a couple of these. So you have the situation and what you would grab in that situation. So that'd be great if you had like kids or something, or like, I don't know, like if something happens to you and maybe like your husband needs to go to the hospital, he'll know what to bring if that is the situation. Medical, I think that is pretty self-explanatory. It's going to have like all your health information and medical history, which that's pretty cool because like nobody knows my medical history except for my mom, I think, and my best friend. But other than that, like nobody's gonna know. So, or if it's something like I haven't told them, I need to write it here because that's important for any medical professional to know before they do anything. So, oh, and allergies and stuff, that's pretty good. So we've got all of that. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. You know, medications and medical history, health insurance, your providers, if you got different ones like dermatologist, primary care, stuff like that. And okay, I just went to the doctor not too long ago, and like 2 different doctors, my regular one and then the dermatologist, and each one has a different like website where you pay your bill and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool to be able to write it all down. Property. So this is pretty good because this is gonna say like, okay, our homeowner's insurance, this is what it is, this is, you know, the loan information and all of that. Like, that's really important stuff to know too. Everything in here is really important. I don't know why I keep saying that. So, and codes for like anything. Inventory, device and tech information. I'm not so great with that stuff, so I don't really have a lot that I would put here, but another thing that I thought was pretty cool was like vehicle information, to have it all. Like, I have my vehicle stuff in my planner, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to have like everybody in the family, if you had like a family. I don't, so I have like what I'm talking about is like immediate family if you're married or something. It'd be good to have like everything all in one spot too. So I thought that was pretty cool to have that. Like, you've got your insurance information, your loan, service history. And I have 2 in there in case like I ever get another car, I guess. Not gonna do that. Documents, I thought that was pretty cool because I don't know about you, and it's probably just me, but like, I always forget where I put stuff. I went to sell my car like a year and a half ago, and I had my title because I needed to get it notarized because I needed to sell it. And I put it in my purse, and I had it in my purse for the longest time, like so long, and like a month. Because I had to take it to go get it notarized, and I remember taking it out, and I remember putting it somewhere and saying, okay, this is where you put it, you're not gonna forget. I lost my car title. I lost it. If I would have been able to, I don't know, put it here, maybe I would have found it, but instead I had to go get a new title, which actually wasn't as like hard as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, so this is where you're gonna be able to tell where like all of your documents are if somebody needs to get something that you don't have. Finances. This is a section in my life that I'm trying to get better at. But this is just like, this isn't like where you're gonna keep track of like your transactions and your savings. This is just to keep track of like accounts. Like I said in the beginning, like how they're not gonna know what account to put the mortgage in, so I'll have it all right here so they'll be able to find it. I also plan on putting instructions for my mortgage because I just feel like it's a little bit harder than normal. But it's not. I just have to put it in a different account, and yeah. But I thought this was pretty cool to have everything here. And like your bank accounts and like what kind of account it is, because you would not believe how many people come in and they just don't know what kind of accounts their loved one had, and they're just completely lost. Credit cards. Also, another thing is too, if you have like a safe deposit box at a bank, that would be great to put here as well. And where those keys are located. Investment accounts, eventually I'd like to have one of those. Loan information, if you have like any like regular loans, not like car loans. I mean, you could put car loans, but we had that in another section. So if you have like, I don't know, a line of credit or just an unsecured loan or something like that, purpose, I mean, that's has all that information there. And any other accounts you can think of too. Your home, which I might actually put this in the property section because like I feel like utilities should be there. So like gas company, electric company, internet, water, trash and recycling, that's something that I think I don't really think about because I pay that one time at the beginning of the year. Lawn care, cleaning service, any other bills, and I have to get a filter for my fridge, so I thought that would be good to put in here as well. Subscriptions, Cat Genie and PetSmart. I have a Cat Genie for my cat, so it's a self-cleaning litter box, so I get their supplies every other month for that, and PetSmart, I get their food from there every other month. Any memberships that you have, because if something were to happen to you, and I feel like this is so like, I don't mean for it to sound so like morbid, but like these are things that you have to think about, unfortunately. And I think it's really, really important to make things easier if something were to happen to you, because it's already so difficult. And then to have to try to figure out, like, it's so difficult to lose somebody, and then to have to try to figure out things like this on top of the grief is just, it's so like hard and difficult. And I mean, you're already grieving, so tension and like emotions are high, so it's just hard to figure all of these things out. Other expenses, anything you can think of. Online, this is like your email accounts, your social media accounts, anything like that. So like, if I watch a lot of true crime, so like if you ever go missing or something, people would be able to get into your like emails or like your social media to see if you met up with somebody, or I watch a lot of true crime. So anything like that. Any other accounts? I put a garden in here. I would love to be a gardener, but it's just not something I'm good at, but I always hope I am. So I got these inserts from another shop, so I just put it in here. It doesn't really go with the home base binder though, so I just saw them when I got the other bundle for some of the other things, and they're so cute. Miscellaneous, so this is like security questions. You know, every place you go to now online, you have to answer security questions, and so it's good to write those down. Any important contacts that people need to get up with. And just, you know, instructions and notes and stuff that you might need to put in there. I just put this, I think that these can go in each individual like section, but I just put them there for now while I'm still trying to figure that out. For the most part, everything is where I want it, but there are probably a few tweaks that I'm gonna do when I start figuring things out. Now, final wishes, this is obviously not something anybody wants to think about, but if you already have these things lined up, it can help. So I almost wasn't gonna put it in here, but then I was like, I see so many who go through this and they don't really know what their person wanted. So to have it here would be a good idea. So final wishes, a letter to a loved one, instructions. I mean, there's not a lot in here. There was some other stuff, but I didn't print everything. So I'm gonna link this down below, so you can, when you're looking at the link, you can see everything that's included. This is also from another shop, and these are just like the same inserts that I've just debated adding in here. I thought this was pretty cool. This one came with like these like little burn information, treating burns, choking, and just stuff like that. And I also really like that. So, but this is just the same thing, but from a different shop, because I just wanted to see which one I liked better. And so I'll probably keep that in there too. And then I've got a little notepad back here that it came with the planner, so I've always got it. But pretty simple. It was super easy to print out It's obviously very thick, but I just felt like it just really had everything that I needed in it. And since I'm doing this, I'm going to fill it out. But if you have any questions, comment down below, and I'm happy to try to answer any questions that you have. But thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.